Hi guys, this is Sadak from traveling.com. In this video, we'll show you how to flash latest LineageOS ROM Android 16 QPR2 base onto the Redmi 13C and Poco C65. So please back up all your data and then let's get started. So first and foremost, please do a downgrade to Android 14 HyperOS 1. If you are on HyperOS 2, then please do a downgrade to HyperOS 1 using my article and the video. All of the steps are given here in the video and the article as well. So please do a downgrade. Currently, you could see I am on HyperOS 1 Android 14 only. That's great. So now you get hold of the ROM file from here. So go to this link and get the LineageOS QPR2 based ROM. All thanks to the dev. This is the name Van Zavero. So all thanks to him. And in the link, you will see both the ROM file and the recovery file. The recovery file is the boot.img file, as you might be aware of. This is the ROM file and the recovery file. We have got both the file. Please use the LineageOS recovery only and not the Orange Fox or your API recovery. It's recommended to use the LineageOS only. Once you have got both the files, let's move ahead with the next step. So first off, get the Android SDK from my article, extract them onto your PC. Upon doing so, you will get the following files of platform tools. Let me show you in just a moment. The files of platform tools, as you could see over here. One that is done. Now enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. OEM unlocking is required to unlock the phone, and USB debugging is required for ADB command. So let's now enable both the toggles. For that, go to settings. And from there, go to about phone in just a moment, settings. And from there, about phone, and then tap on OS version 7 times. Once that is done, go back, go to additional settings. Then from here, go to dev options and then enable the toggle next to OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. You will get a prompt on your phone. Check mark, I'm aware of all the risk. Then wait for 10 seconds. And when the time frame has elapsed, tap on OK. In just a moment, tap on OK. And you might get one more prompt. Tap on allow. And with this, the debugging is now enabled. Let's first verify it. So go to the address bar of platform tools over here. Type in CMD, hit the enter key. This will open a command prompt window over there in the platform tools folder. So let's now type in the command of ADB devices and verify that you are having an ID. As you could see in our case, we are having this ID. If that's all well and good, now please unlock the phone. For unlocking, we have made a separate article and a video on that. You may use the hyper exploit approach to get the job done. It's using a Python script. So go to my link and there's a video and the article. So please unlock your phone. Once that is done, please re-enable USB debugging once again. Anyways, moving on with the next step. So now you have to copy the ROM file and the recovery file inside the folder of platform tools. So which are over here. This is my LineageOS recovery file. Paste the file in platform tools. Likewise, do the same for the ROM file as well. So let's do that. It's in the compress folder. The PC is somewhat slow. I don't know why that's the case. Anyways, let's copy the ROM file now and paste the file inside platform tools. Let's now do a renaming. So rename the LineageOS file to the ROM so that the name becomes rom.zip. Let's now rename the file. It's very important. rom.zip. Likewise, for the boot file, remove the numbers from the very end. If there are any numbers, please remove that. It's boot.img. Once that is done, now boot the phone to the fastboot mode. And for that, the command is quite simple. It's the ADB reboot bootloader. So let's just type in the command in the CMD window, ADB reboot bootloader, hit enter. The phone should now be in the fastboot mode in just around 10 to 15 seconds. So let's just wait for that to happen. And when that is the case, you have to verify the fastboot as well. So type in the command of fastboot devices and verify that you are having an ID. So let's do that as well. Fastboot devices and wait for a few seconds. Now hit the enter key and verify you're having an ID. If you are not having any ID, in that case, please install the fastboot drivers onto your PC. The link we have shared in our article as well. So let's do that. For the fastboot devices link, it's there. So go to this link, install the fastboot drivers as well. Once that is done, let's now flash the file of preloader. That's very important as well. Preloader file across both the slots A and slot B of preloader. So the link for the files is given in the download section. Please get the file. Link is here as well. Once you have got it, copy the file and paste the file inside folder of platform tools folder. Just give me a second. Preloader GL file. Let's copy it and paste it here. Now just copy paste this command in the CMD window to flash the preloader GL file across both the slots A and slot B. First off, it's the slot A. Flashing is compulsory. So let's do that. Hit the enter key and then it's the slot B. So let's now change the command to slot B, hit the enter key. Once that is done, also back up the IMEI. It's very important. So please have a look at my article and the video on how to do a backup. So please back it up. Once that is done, we could now flash the ROM file. So for the AOSP recovery, the steps are given at the bottom. So this is for the WRP recovery. Skip that. And now let's move to the AOSP recovery steps, which is over here. So first and foremost, let's flash the LineageOS recovery onto our phone. The file name is the boot. Since our phone does not have a recovery slot, we'll be using the boot slot. So simply copy the entire command and paste the command in the CMD window over here. Hit the enter key. And with this, the LineageOS recovery is now being flashed onto our phone, and this will take just a few seconds. Once that is done, type in the command of fastboot reboot recovery, and with this, your phone should now be inside the LineageOS recovery. So let's copy the entire command and paste the command in the CMD window in just a moment. Hit enter, and the phone should now be inside the LineageOS recovery. And now you could easily flash the ROM file. I am sorry, my PC is somewhat slow as of now. I'll have to see why that's the case. So sorry for that. In the meantime, we are now inside the recovery, LineageOS recovery. So first off, go to factory reset, format data. Once again, format data. Data wipe should now be done in just a few seconds. Let's just wait for that to complete. And it's now complete. Now go back, choose apply update from ADB. And first off, type in the command ADB devices and verify that you are having the sideload keyword. Let's just see, hit enter, and we are having a sideload keyword. We could now flash the ROM file with ease. So the command is ADB sideload, and the file name, which is rom.zip. Hit the enter key. The flashing will now start. Take 4 to 5 minutes. So let's wait for that to complete. So guys, the flashing is now complete. To flash any other file, tap on yes, or else tap on no. So for now, let's flash the GI packages, which is optional, but I'll show you still. So tap on yes. The phone will now reboot to the recovery mode once again. In the meantime, you may get the GI package from my website. You may get for the Android 16 build, the core G apps, Omni, stock, full. Anyone will get the job done. Let me show you the GI package in just a moment. So this is my article, as you could see. So regarding the GApps, there are quite a few GApps variants. You have the core GApp with the least number of GApp packages. Then you have the Omni, then the stock, and then the full GApp with all the GApps. For now, I'm using the core GApps. So let's rename it to gapps.zip. And now on your phone, once again, go to apply update from ADB. And you are now in the ADB sideload mode. Well and good. So open the CMD window and just type in the command of ADB sideload GApps. This will take just a few seconds. So let's do that. This is the CMD window. The command is as follows. ADB sideload file name, which is gapps.zip, and hit the enter key. You will get a prompt on your phone that this is not a part of LineageOS. This GApp package is not from LineageOS. So the verification has been failed. No issue. Just tap on yes, and the flashing will now start. And this flashing will take up some time depending on the GApp which you are flashing. In my case, it's the core GApps, which has the least number of GApp packages. I guess around 4 to 5 GApp packages, such as the Google Play Store, Play Service, Service Framework, and a few others. So it will be very fast. You could see Google Play Store is being flashed. Then Google Calendar Sync Adapter and GMS Core and a few other apps are required. This will only take a few seconds. In my case, it will be very fast. But if you're flashing the stock, Omni, or the full GApps, then that is going to take ages, a lot of time. No issues with that. And the GSF is flashed, and I guess that is just about it. The flashing went fine. Finally, once again, do a factory reset. So before and after flashing a ROM, if you have flashed any other file or not, that does not matter. Your last step should be to do a factory reset once again. This is a must. So once you have flashed the ROM file, please do a format data once again. And at the very last, tap on reboot system now. And the phone will now boot to the OS. But the first booting up will take up some time. I guess around 30 to 40 seconds. That's all normal. Nothing to worry about. Let's just wait for the phone to at least have a look at the boot animation or the boot logo. That will mean that we have flashed the ROM file successfully. And they should now appear anytime soon. So let's just keep a track on the Poco logo. And after that, we'll have the LineageOS boot animation. Let's just see that. So this might take some time. And since we have flashed the GApps as well, the Google app will also now load onto our phone. and this will take some more time, but you could now see we have got the LineageOS boot animation. So this signifies the flashing went fine, no issue with that, and the phone will now be inside the OS in just a moment. So let's just wait for that to happen, and that is it. The booting up is now complete. You could now see. So let's get started. English language is fine over here. SIM card missing, no issue. I'm not using a SIM card for now. Skip the Wi-Fi. Next. This will take a lot of time, so I'm not doing a data restore. Next. Then skip the pin for now. Let's skip this as well. Dark theme is fine. Next. Distance navigation is fine as well. Hit the start button, and that is it. We are now inside the LineageOS 23.2 version, Android 16 QPR2 base, and you could see I got the Play Store as well because I flashed the GR packages. This is the new QS size, as you might be aware of. Likewise, we could now also change its size. Simply drag it, choose it, and drag it to increase its size, or this way you could lower it down as well. The choice is all yours. Once you have increased the size, just hit the back key and it's now saved. As you could see, the tiles are now saved. Anyways, apart from that, let's have a look at some of the other tweaks which this ROM has to offer. Display. So you will now see the new expanded dark theme as well. This will force enable dark mode across all the apps that don't support it. For example, the Amazon app, the Fitbit app will now also have the dark theme, which is great. Then you have the pure black, and okay, it's working as well, which is again nice to see. Then smooth display 90 Hz at all time. That will lead to more battery drainage. Tap to wake, tap to sleep. Tap to sleep is working. Tap to wake is also working. Great. No issue with that. Wallpaper and style section. You will see the new UI in this section as well. In the lock screen clock style, we have a single clock. You may increase or decrease the clock face width from here. Let's keep it this way. You may change the colors as well. Make it more darker or lighter from here. Light or dark. The choice is yours. Let's choose the blue one. You may also change the size of the clock, large or the small. Let's choose large one. Hit the apply button, and it's now done. Now let's go to the home screen, and you have the option to change the wallpapers from here. On device wallpapers, or go back and change the colors from this section. These are the various theming engine. Okay, the theme will only change once you turn off the pure black. Even though you could see over here the blue theme, if I want this, but I will try to apply a theme that will not work now. Let me show you what I mean. Let's choose a blue theme. I am a big fan of these blue themes. Let's choose this one only. So even if I tap on apply, you will see the blue theme is now gone. This is happening because we are using a pure black mode as well. So first off, please go to display, pure black, dark theme, pure black, and turn this off. And now you will see the blue theme is now enabled. Yes, now it's working great. Then you could also change the icons shapes, which is new addition. Enable themed icons, and they are now implemented. Hit the apply button at the top right. Then the layout, icon layout can be changed till the 6x6. We are having the 5x5, which is fine for me. It's great. Then let's go back, and apart from this, we are seeing the display has been done. Wallpaper is also seen now in the system sections. What all is there? Buttons. Then we have the edge long swipe action. Let's say to launch the camera, and it's working great. Then power menu, let's say advanced restart is there. Great to see. Restart to the system, recovery, and fastboot. Fastboot D is not there, and system UI is not there. Not a major cause of any concern. I have to turn this off, edge long swipe action, because it tends to conflict with the back gesture. So let's first turn this off. Okay, moving on. Then you may change the volume panel positioning, take partial screenshot. In the gestures, double press the power button to open the camera. That is the only thing. There is not any other third-party app is not there. Then gestures are done. Backup, you may solve the OT updates from here only. Status bar, quick pull down from the right hand side, and let's see. Just give me a second. It's working now. Great. On the right hand side, the quick pull down is working as expected. Then system icons, you must sure hide the icons from here. Show the clock seconds as well, and you could now see they are now enabled. Battery style icon landscape is fine. Let's also add the next to inside the icon the percentage is a must for me. And you may solve the OT updates from here, or you may simply do an ADB sideload. Both will work for that. Not a major issue. And about device, I have shown you already. It's the latest Android 16 build of the LineageOS ROM QPR2 page. Then apart from that, let's see the home settings. And over here, notification.access is a must for me at least. So let's give it to the LineageOS launcher and swipe to start search, hide apps, use theme icons in the app drawer. Let's now see, and you could see it's now implemented. So great. If you want to root the ROM, then simply boot up into recovery and then do an ADB sideload of the magic zip file, and that is it. So guys, that's all from this video. If you have any query, let me know in the comment section, and thank you for watching the video.